Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kuli. So today we are going to be learning how to make a wrap, an off-shoulder wrap gown. So we'll start by drafting out the upper part. Her underbust is 14. You add 2 inches. Remember that you always have to add 2 inches to get your half length. You don't just use the underbust the way it is. Like assuming the underbust is 14, you don't just use that 14. You just have to add maybe 2 to 3 inches so that it will relax, it will look comfortable and okay on the person. So her underbust is 14, that is 16. If I add 2 inches, that is 16. So I'll place the 16. I'll place it this way so that I'll be able to rule the shoulder at the starting point. It's an off shoulder. Yes, I'm not going to be doing off shoulder. I'll just draft out a normal shoulder pattern. Then from there I'll now draft out the off shoulder. So this is it. So I'll connect the lines. This will be where I'll start taking my shoulder measurement and finish. So after getting your half length, what else is her shoulder is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. You place your 7 this way. From that point that you place your 7 for the shoulder slope, you come down by 1 inch. From that 1 inch again, I'll use 7.5 for her chest line. From that 1 inch that you can place it and get your chest line, I'm using 7.5. Then you extend the line, the chest line. So you bring down the shoulder this way. But if you cannot, you still have to 7.5. You bring it down so that you'll be able to know the line to connect with a straight line. So I brought down the 7. I brought down the 7 inch. Her shoulder is 7 inches. Sorry, not 7.5. You bring down her shoulder so that you will be able to connect it this way. Her shoulder is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. It's 7. So you connect it this way in a straight line. After that, you take her bust measurement. Her bust is 36. Right? To get okay, this if you don't want to divide with your phone, this is another way to divide your any measurement that you want. Her bust measurement is 36. You bring it like this is 36. You place your tape this way. Do it if you're having difficulty in like getting the numbers. Even the calculator might give you something that will have centimeters. So this is after dividing 36 by 2, you get 18. You still divide that 18 by 2. Whatever it gives you, that is your bust measurement, and that is 9. 9 is her bust measurement. So after that, you still add 1 inch. 1 inch for her for seam allowance. Then you measure your waist. Her waist is 30. Sorry, her waist is 30. 30 divided by 4. 30 divided by 4, that is 7.5. 7.5. 7 divided by 30 divided by 4, that is 7.5. You still add. I'm not adding that to this. Or if you're adding that, you can add your that, but I won't be adding any that. So I'll just connect this way. Remember, this is the part that we are cutting, so we'll use the part to draft out the front. So for the back neckline, I'm using 3 inches. For the neckline, I'm using 3 inches width, and the depth is 1 inch because of the back. Remember, I'll add zipper allowance, but I'm not going to add it here. I'll add it. Assuming I'm drafting, if I'm cutting on the fabric, I'll add it. So here it is. You connect the shoulder slope. This is it. This is it. So you just cut it. Remember that. Just cut it out this way. Sorry, you connect. Sorry. Connect the armhole. You connect the armhole. For the armhole, you just place your tape like this. Get the middle of the armhole. So that's 7.5 divided by 2. Whatever you get, that will be the middle of the armhole. Then for the front armhole, you come in by ½ inch. You come in by ½ inch. Then you connect this way with your armhole curve. Connect this way. Then this one is your back armhole. That's it. Cut the shoulder slope. Then you cut the shoulder slope. Then the neckline. Cutting the back. If you're cutting the back, but I'm not going to. Let me show you what you do. If you're cutting out the back, remember that it's a dress, and you need to add a zipper allowance for it to enter your body. So remember that we didn't add zipper allowance when I was drafting it out. So here you add a zipper allowance. You add a zipper allowance, 1 inch zipper allowance. Measure it to know that here is up to 1 inch. Measure it to know, yes, it's up to 1 inch. Then cut it out. turn it square anyhow you want to cut it. Then you cut out the neckline. You notch the zipper allowance. With the cutting the back. So because it's an off shoulder, remember that it's an off shoulder. So the next thing you do is you will you will do the off shoulder. This depends on how off you want it to be. So I want the off shoulder to be 5. You can use 4, you can use 6, you can use 7, but if you want it moderate, you can use between 4 to 5. If you don't want it to reveal much, you can use 4 to 5. So here I'll be using 5, but I'll use 4.5 because I'm folding it. I'm not turning it with a line. I'm going to fold it. So I'll use 4.5. So then after folding it, it will go back to 5. So you connect the line. Please, when taking your off shoulder, you don't take from here because remember that you minus 1. If you take from here, look at it will come down. So you don't take from here, you take from this neck because you did not minus anything from there. So you take from here. That is the place you start placing your tape for the off shoulder. You use 4.5, then you just connect and cut it off. And we are done. And please remember to notch your zip allowance for you to know that this is the place that your zip will start. If you don't notch it, you might mistake it with this. Like after opening the zip, so notch it for you to know where, especially when you're cutting on your fabric, for you to know where to 1 inch for you to know where to place your zip. So I'll do it, then I'll slit it open. Now parts, whatever you use for the back, that is what we are going to use for the front. We used you open it up. We use 4.5. We use 5, but we use 4.5 to cut out the off shoulder. So after folding it, to go back to 5. So this is it. I'm going to draw my 5 this way first. So from here, this is where you take your measurement from. So after that, remember that it's an off shoulder. So if you want the crossing of the neck, if you want your cleavage to reveal much, you come down by, you place your tape this way, and come down by 7, or you still place it on that 4.5 and come down by 4 or 3.5, anyhow you want it to be. So after that, you come to this other part of the front. You go up by 2 inches. At the waist parts of this side, you go up by 2 inches. Then you connect your lines. You connect it with, is either you want to curve it, but just do the one that you can. Especially when you're folding it, you don't have to curve it too much, so that you'll be able to sew it. So you just connect with a straight ruler or with your free hand. I'm starting from that point I came down by, that I took the off shoulder. You draw it with a straight line to meet that 2.5. Here, after getting your off shoulder, which we use 5, then I use 4.5, then you still come down, you place it, come down by 4. This, it depends on how much you want to reveal. You still come down from that 4, you come down by 4, or for any amount that you want. And if you want to reveal your cleavage more, you can go down by 7. Assuming it's 7, you draw it this way, but this is a stretchy material, a stretchy fabric, so you don't really need to do it that much. So you draw the line, connect it to that 2, that you came up with, and that is it for the front. So you cut it out. This is the front. This we don't have any need for this one. We are not using this one for anything. So you will cut this. If you're cutting on your fabric, you cut it on fold. You cut two pieces of this one. You cut it. Let me just cut it and show you how it looks like. So let's go and draft the back, the skirts. So assuming this is your fabric, after joining the zipper allowance, you place it this way. Make sure the armpits are matching. This is why I say that you should notch it. If you don't notch it, you will confuse yourself. You place like this, is either you place like this or you place so. This is the right way to do it. So don't make that mistake. Notch your zipper allowance and hold it down with a loose stitch. Then this is it.
So now for the skirt part, you place your tape. Remember that you removed the half length, so the half length is 14 plus 2, that is 16. You minus 16 to get your full length. That is her full length is 40. Then I added extra 2 inches allowance for hemming allowance. For the folding allowance, I added extra 2 inches. So for her hip location, I used 8.5 for her hip location. You can use 9, you can use 8, you can use depending on your height. So I used 8.5. I got her hip length 8.5. Then I placed it on the hip line to get her hip circumference, that is her round hip. You get your round hip, then you add 1 inch allowance. Remember, this fabric is stretchy, so I did the same on her waist. I got her waist, which is 930 7.5. Then I connected the line. So whatever measurement you have, total measurement you have with the allowance on the hip, you place it on that hemming part, the hemming line, minus 1.5 to 2 inches, so that you get a curve, you get the pencil curve. So connect from the waist to the hip, from the hip down to the waist, to the hemming part, and that is it for the front pattern. So you place it on the back to cut out the back. Remember, you have to remove your zipper allowance. I removed 1 inch for the zipper allowance. Then you cut exactly the same thing you have on the fabric. The hip part will be the same, the waist part will be the same. The only difference there is that you will remove your zipper allowance like you did with the back, and that is it for the down part. Very easy. The hip part, the waist part, everything will be equal. Just the only difference there will be the zipper allowance of 1 inch that you will remove. Remember that we are not adding any lining to this, and this fabric is stretchy, so I might decide to minus something if I'm making it already. Now for the sleeve. So I went ahead to cut the sleeve. You place, I use 18 inches wideness, then 14 inches length. 18, the wideness is 18 inches, the length is 14 inches. So after doing it, you cut it out, then bring your back parts, the upper parts of the back armhole, place it on the edge of the sleeve. Cut exactly the armhole, cut exactly the back armhole, cut exactly what you have for the back armhole, and that is it. That is the back that will go to the armhole. So guys, I will be uploading a video on how you can sew this, because I don't want this video to be really long, and it's long enough already.